It feels like I have put my essence and myself into every single thing. And so when it's out in the world, it's like, oh, that's my soul. I'm Perlizbeth. I am an Atlanta creative. I'm a choreographer, dancer, teacher. I also paint. I make a lot of different kinds of art. I also make music. I have been writing music for about half a year now. I started writing music because I fell in love with someone.
Think of you when I fall asleep. I still love every song about you. They hold all
Yeah,
our
most of the songs are
memories.
about him. Yeah.
I felt that. That's so real.
Yeah, so thanks. But I also feel like love is something that once you experience it for someone, you experience it in every sense of it. Like for yourself, for other people, for friends, for the things that you do. It's like the way that you have a crush on someone, right? It's kind of distant, it's kind of far. But then when you like really get to know them, it becomes a little bit closer. And then when you really like interact and you fall in love, it's like a deeper understanding of what that means. It gives things more meaning. And really you can apply that to anything. You can apply that to dance. Maybe you have a crush on dance. You're like, oh, I really want to try it. I don't know if I'm good enough for it. And then you get to know dance. You start taking classes. You're like, oh, man, this is actually kind of fun. And then you like are a dancer. And you're like, whoa, I like connect with all of these things in a way that I have never realized before. If I were to describe it and truly say what I think it's poetry with melody. It doesn't feel like country, it doesn't feel like R&B, soul. It doesn't really feel like pop or dance or I don't know, what are the other music genres? Folk. It really depends on what production I add to it that will make it that. So where it is right now, it's very bare bones. It's me and my guitar or me and my ukulele. There's nothing else on it. If I wanted to add a violin, it could sound more dramatic, or if it was more like a fiddle sound, then it would sound more like bluegrass. A dream collab. Her. I look up to her so much. Yeah, she's just incredible in so many ways, talented in so many ways. That would be a dream collab.
What's your favorite song?
By her, Lord is Coming.
No help will come from it. The Lord is coming.
Yeah, that's a good one. I got started with art when I was very small, when I was drawing in Sharpie on the walls of my house. I would say it's like my cave painting era. With music, I feel like I've been singing my whole life, but the first time I really sang in front of people was for my church when I was little. My mom made me part of the worship team and I had to go and sing and practice with my Uncle Neil. It wasn't really my uncle, but I had to call him Uncle Neil, and we'd have practice like every week and then we'd sing the songs. And then dance, also church. I had to do a church dance with my best friend Rebecca, and I remember just practicing constantly until the day we performed. In high school was when I got really active with art. I would volunteer at the art gallery. I joined the National Art Honor Society. I also got really, really active in learning dance in high school. I learned this K-pop dance and we did it for the talent show. And the same thing with music. I learned how to play the ukulele in high school and I would post covers on YouTube. And I also performed at the talent show. And then in college, I went for art education. But I also joined the hip hop dance crew and I was still posting my ukulele covers. And now I'm here in Atlanta doing the same thing, but bigger. This is my life hack because I use so much white paint. It's expensive. So this is actually gesso. It's used to prime canvases. But I use it as white paint because you get so much more of it. It's a little bit thinner, but you get way more of it. There's something called live figure drawing. There are classes in college where you like kind of a setup like this, and you like have people pose, and then everyone's like around them drawing them. And what I do is gesture drawing. So a gesture is, a gesture is like this, like this, like this is a gesture. So same thing with drawing. It's like capturing the essence of a movement without it being hyper realistic, having to draw every single detail. Like everyone knows what this means. That's why it's a gesture. Because you could do this, you could do this, and it means a lot. But it's literally just two hands doing this. Something that I was taught while doing live drawing was you have to look at the subject 90% of the time. The drawing is, you look at 10% of the time just to make sure that you're, in the right place. But if you're focused on the drawing, it's just gonna look like the drawing. Versus if you're looking at the actual thing, then you're gonna actually be able to capture what the thing is versus what the drawing, the copy of it is. Yeah, I drew every day on the way to school on the bus. And then when I went to high school, I joined the National Art Honor Society. Super fun. Got to do a lot of different things. I started volunteering at the local art gallery. Also super fun. Also got to learn so many things. And then I went to school for art education. So I concentrated in painting, and that was really when I started painting. Before it was all just like drawing and illustration, trying different techniques. I took a break because of dance. I stopped painting when I started pursuing dance professionally in 2017. And then I literally picked it back up January of last year in 2025. I had tried to buy an easel after I quit this dance studio. I thought, okay, maybe an easel will help me. Well, therapize my experience. And I didn't touch it for a year. And then I moved and I found the easel and I set it up in a little corner in my room. I felt like I was playing The Sims, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make paintings. But in Sims where it's like you start painting and it looks really bad the first couple of times, it was like that for a very long time until last year when I set up the easel and I started painting, and it was like I don't want to say masterpieces, but it was way better than a couple hundred simoleons worth at least. But unfortunately, it's not as simple as The Sims, and you can't just like sell the painting from the easel to a gallery.
I'm just laughing because I love The Sims and like how easy it is just to be like, you know what, I need $300. Let me
I'm gonna make a painting. It's so funny because it doesn't work like that at all.
Like where do you even sell it to? Like where does it even go? They're just like, this painting is worth 500 simoleons. Like, okay.
Who determines? If I could describe my dance style, it would be like water. Like I feel like I have elements from every single style that I know. And my instinct is really to call it contemporary, and really you can call really anything contemporary. It really is, I feel like, very unique to me. It also changes based on music and kind of what the vision is. So if it's for a stage, if it's for a musical artist, if it's for a video, or if it is for my own creation, usually it's very much about storytelling. Like it's not tied to one style of dance. My biggest inspiration for dance are Keone and Mari Madrid. They're a dance couple in California, and they led a company called Choreo Cookies for a long time. And they had an off-Broadway show called Beyond Babel. Yeah, just their ability to communicate along with the music was so unique to me. The way that they could showcase exactly what was happening in the music and what they were hearing and allow other people to hear that. It's a hard thing to do. They also choreographed this one Justin Bieber music video for like the Purpose series where it was just like all dancers. And that one was in New York in the park. I just remember being so moved by that one. So dance is like a movement art for me. And art is the way that I am able to communicate with myself. More than with anyone else, I'm communicating with myself. And so whenever I dance or make music or do a painting, it's really me trying to talk to my subconscious and understand what I'm feeling, understand what I'm thinking, because it is really hard to know what's happening inside of yourself. We're all these little worlds, and so being able to really truly understand what you're feeling in any moment is difficult. And dance, music, art is a way to do that. With dance, I feel like I've reached a point where I'm no longer thinking about it. Like, I just get to move and I understand what I'm feeling, like, immediately. There's nothing that I have to process, or there's not even a technical limitation anymore with dance. I'm like, yeah, I just gotta, if there's music, or even if there's not music, I be moving. It's therapeutic.
I feel like as an artist, like, you have to really be in love with what you're doing, because otherwise you'll be upset with, like, the outcomes and, like, oh, like, I'm not getting recognition, and
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
So how do you navigate that?
Like, if I was doing any other job, like if I was working, I've had lots of jobs. Like, I used to work at the Learning Express in Buckhead. It's a toy store. I'm thinking, like, okay, if I work at the toy store, I'm surviving. I'm living my life. I can do whatever I need to do. I'm making the money, but I'm not doing what I love. And so when I'm doing what I love, when I'm painting or dancing or making music, I'm at least doing what I love. And so far, the money happens. It's not like I'm reaching all these levels of fame, but then it's like, really not many people are. And those people are not doing what they love. So I'm thinking of myself either working this normal job or doing what I love as my job. And the ability to get recognition for either, yeah, you could get more recognition for doing art. Do you remember when that guy from Target got famous?
Oh
I can't even remember his name.
Alex from Target.
Alex from Target. It's like people can get really famous for anything at this point. So I'm not trying to think about, okay, is this gonna get me famous? Because I don't know. Because I don't even know what that means.
Exactly.
I'm not sure what that means, but I do know what it means to make myself feel better with a dance routine, finish a painting and hang it on the wall, or have someone really love it. I know what it feels like to sing my music and, make people smile.
I've been trying my hardest to keep it together. Convince myself honey can't get any sweeter and bad. I'm not leaving this track. Take my hand, hold me tight. Yay!